Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to lecture number 12 for Global Business Management and chapter 5, and that is International Trade Theory. And उसी दो प्रीवियस लेक्चर्स की कंटिन्यूशन ही है. आज हम इस चैप्टर को कंक्लूड भी कर लेंगे. 1970 में आइडिया दिया गया कि जी न्यू ट्रेड थ्योरी एंड कुछ सजेशंस. Because of economies of scale, trade can increase the variety of goods available to customers and decrease the average cost of those goods. एक ये suggestion थी, followed by in those industries where when the output required to attain economies of scale represent a significant proportion of total world demand, the global market may only be able to support a small number of firms. तो ये दो अंडरस्टैंडिंग्स थी न्यू ट्रेड थ्योरी की बेस्ड ऑन प्रीवियस हिस्टोरिकल. हमने पिछले चैप्टर्स में डिस्कस किया. नाउ लेट्स ट्राई टू आइडेंटिफाई के न्यू ट्रेड थ्योरी की अजम्पशंस की बेस पे अगर प्रोडक्ट वैरायटी और रिड्यूसिंग कॉस्ट रिडक्शन करनी है तो उसके अंदर विदाउट ट्रेड अ स्मॉल नेशन में नॉट बी एबल टू सपोर्ट द डिमांड necessary for products to realize required economies of scale, and so certain products may not be produced. And with condition अगर with trade आप करेंगे between the member countries and nations or trading blocks, then a nation may be able to specialize in producing a narrow range of products and then buy the goods that it does not make from other countries, or each nation then simultaneously increase the variety of goods available to customers and lower the cost of those goods. Let's try to identify different advantages and disadvantages under the new trade theory. First mover advantage, firms with first mover advantage will develop economies of scale and create barriers to entry for others. So first mover advantage क्या है? The economic and strategic advantage that acquire to many entrants into an industry. The pattern of trade we observe in world economy may be the result of first mover advantage and economies of scale. Implications क्या हैं? Implications क्या हैं? Limitations या hurdles कंपनी या मैनेजर्स जो आजकल न्यू ट्रेड थ्योरी के हवाले से फेस कर रहे हैं. दैट इज nations may benefit from trade even when they do not differ in resource endowment or technology investment, or a country may predominate in the export of goods simply because it was lucky enough to have one or more firms among the first to produce that good. Another advantage, so new trade theory provides an economic rationale for a proactive trade policy that is at variance with other free trade theories. Now let's talk about Michael Porter's five forces model and diamond. Michael Porter in 1990 suggested and tried to explain why nations achieve international success in a particular industry. So Porter identified four attributes he called the diamond that promote or impede the creation of a competitive advantage. The very first one, किसी भी government के लिए factor endowment. फैक्टर इन गवर्नमेंट इज फैक्टर ऑफ प्रोडक्शन, या वही पांच जो फैक्टर्स हैं कि गवर्नमेंट उनको कैसे प्रोटेक्ट करती है, डेवलप करती है, नरिश करती है. सेकंड, डिमांड कंडीशंस क्या हैं जिस मुल्क में आप ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं. रिलेटेड एंड सपोर्टिंग इंडस्ट्रीज, जैसे आपके प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने इस वक्त इनकरेज किया कंस्ट्रक्शन इंडस्ट्री को, क्योंकि डायरेक्टली और इनडायरेक्टली कंस्ट्रक्शन इंडस्ट्री के साथ 40 प्लस और छोटी स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज है जो रिलेटेड है. एंड फोर्थ वन इज फर्म की स्ट्रेटजी क्या है, उसका स्ट्रक्चर क्या है, जगह स्प्रेड क्या है, एंड राइवलरी अमंग विद इन द इंडस्ट्री क्या है. So in addition with these factors, Porter identified two additional variables, that is chance and the government itself, which plays an important role in international trade that can influence that diamond in important ways. So let's try to identify determinants of national competitive advantage as per Porter's diamond. Factor endowment, firm strategy, structure and rivalry among the industry competitive, demand condition related and industries. So as you can see, this is two-way process. Factor endowment, a nation's position in factor endowment, factors of production can lead to competitive advantage. These factors can be either basic, such as natural resources, climate, location, or advanced, such as skilled labor, infrastructure development, and technological know-how available to the workforce in a country. All basic factors can provide an initial advantage that is then reinforced and extended by investment in advanced factors. Second factor, and that is demand conditions, the nature of home demand for an industry product or service, which will influence the development of capabilities of the companies in question as well as national economy as a whole. Sophisticated and demanding customers pressure firms to be more competitive and to produce high quality, innovative products. Next factor in Michael Porter's diamond model is related and supporting industries. The presence, suppliers, industries, and related industries that are internationally competitive, that is, investing in these industries can spill over and contribute to success in other industries. Then we have successful industries tend to be grouped in clusters in countries, which then promotes knowledge flow between firms. And having world-class manufacturers of semiconductors processing equipment can lead to and be a result of having a competitive semiconductor industry. Fourth factor, that is firm strategy, structure, and rivalry, how it's going to contribute with reference to international trade. Conditions in the nation governing how companies are created, organized, and managed, and the nature of domestic rivalry. That is, nations are characterized by different management ideologies, which influence the ability of firms to build national competitive advantage. There is a strong association between vigorous domestic rivalry and the creation and presence of competitive advantage within an industry. Now let's talk about कि ये जो fourth factors थे suggest किए थे उसके ऊपर और कितने लोगों ने काम किया और फिर क्या उसकी बेस पे recommendations हैं. So Porter, the four attributes of diamond together with government policy and chance work as a reinforcement system which will complementing each other and combination creating the conditions appropriate for competitive advantage. So government policy can affect demand through product standardization, जैसे पाकिस्तान में Pakistan Standards Authority है, then we have provincial level पे Punjab Food Authority है and etc. तो ये फिर standardize products में help out करती हैं. Influence rivalry through regulations and antitrust laws which are being introduced and impact the availability of highly educated workers and advanced transportation infrastructure. And now, as a students of global business, let's try to understand, was Porter right while projecting this diamond model? If Porter is correct, his model should predict the pattern of international trade in the real world. Countries should export products from industries where the demand is favorable, and countries should import products from areas where the demand is not favorable as per Porter's model. So far, there have been little empirical testing of the theories listed by Michael Porter. Now let's try to understand what are the possible implications for managers. सबसे पहले आपके पास location implications है, then everyone is trying to get the first mover advantage, and of course then governmental and organizational policy implications हैं जो managers को face करनी होती हैं. Location, different countries have advantages in different productive activities, like differences influence a firm's decision about where to locate productive activities, or a firm should disperse its productive activities to those countries where they can be performed most efficiently. First mover advantage is another concern for managers, and with reference to that, the managers are supposed to look after the government policy. Firms that establish a first mover advantage in the production of a new product may later dominate global trade in that product category. Or a firm can invest resources in trying to build first mover advantages, even if it means losses for a few years, but a venture becomes profitable after the years. So government policies on free trade or protecting domestic industries can significantly impact global competitiveness. And then we have businesses should encourage free trade policies for the member countries. I will conclude this lecture here, और इंशाल्लाह आप लोगों से मुलाकात होगी हमारा जो next interactive session है उसमें. Till then, take care of yourself and Allah Hafiz.